but you do want it to be something you can cut through. So if it's a cup you can cut, perfect. If it's a plastic cup you actually drink from, don't use that. So you can see this is just a plastic cup that's very, very thin that I can cut through. It's an actual building material, not a cup for my kitchen. Then I see straws. Straws usually go with cups when we're drinking, maybe lemonade or water, but not today. We're not going to be drinking or eating anything. We never do in the STEM lab. I see tape. Whoa, look at this. Look how tall this is. It almost looks like a paper towel and toilet paper roll. Same shape, same color, cylinder, but it's way taller. Okay, so I guess we might be using that. Might be using a shorter paper towel roll, and then an even smaller toilet paper roll. Scissors. Okay, the inside of the tape. So once you're done using tape, the little ring inside, we could use that, it looks like. Okay, lots of materials. Oh, I have another paper towel roll here. I wonder why. Interesting. I showed you my scissors. Oh, I didn't show you these things though. I have a notebook sheet of paper. I have other types of paper, just computer paper, yellow paper, could be any type of paper. What do all of these materials mean? These are different options. You might have them at home, you might have them in your desk, you might have a brother or sister or a friend, maybe they have these things that you can use, but here's why I showed you those things. We're going to be using them. I didn't show you a glue stick, but technically you could use a bottle of glue if you have it. You can even use a glue stick. If you have a stapler, you could use a stapler too. But one thing I want to show you, here is a design I see using a pipe cleaner and paper and tape. And then rings of paper. And then I see the same thing, a little shorter, but with a straw. Oh, look, pretty cool. A straw. And a straw, you can see, has air that goes in that small little section right down the middle. So it's an opening. See, you can see the other side of the STEM lab because there's an opening. The pipe cleaners don't have an opening. So I wonder if that's going to make a difference in what we're doing today when we build. We are going to listen to a story. It's a really good story. We're going to learn lots about our story and our characters. After we listen to our story, we're going to find out that there's a problem. A lot of times civil engineers, they start to realize that there are things around us in the world that could be made better. They could be made stronger. Some things can be made taller. They could be made more durable. Durable is like strong, kind of like that. Lots of things that could be better. And then there are things that haven't even been invented yet. Civil engineers also, they solve problems by inventing. They make inventions. They see what works and they see what doesn't work. The last couple of weeks, the last few sessions that we've had together in STEM, we've been learning some of our ideas, they work. Sometimes our ideas don't. And it's okay. We learn from those mistakes that we might make. Sometimes it's not even a mistake. We might have a really great idea. I saw lots of strong houses for the 3 little pigs. Great ideas. The houses were strong, they didn't blow over, and yet we still went back to improve them. We made them even stronger, even better houses. Because you can build a strong house and still have another idea and want to try it out. So today, this little design here, I'm not going to tell you what it's called because it doesn't look like what I think you would guess. I bet there's some guesses out there of what you think this might be, and maybe you've even made one of these before. If you have, don't tell your classmates, don't tell your friends, your brothers and sisters, because maybe you already know what this is. And if you do, good, that's awesome, you already have an idea of what we're going to be doing. And if you have made one, you can make one even better, right? There's never an end to building, an end to civil engineering. So let's go ahead and take a look at our story. All right, boys and girls, I'm back. These materials here could be kind of like these materials here, a straw. Now, don't drink from a paper towel roll, but it does look like an oversized straw. It's a cylinder, it's long, and it has an opening. It's a hole. It goes all the way through. See, you can see my shirt. So the opening of it could be this way, it could be this way, but the opening is open all the way through. It consistently is an open section inside of the cylinder. This here, our very, very tall cylinder right here, all of these things can be things you build with. So if you're at home, if you're in class, if you're at school, these are things you can replace straws with. I like to give so many different ideas because in STEM, and as builders, we're never, ever, ever, ever going to just build the same exact thing, the same exact way. I like all different ideas. So when I started looking around the STEM lab, and when I was finished using paper towels, I didn't want to throw away this paper towel roll. I kind of looked at it as if it was a straw, and I knew that I was going to be building with straws today. Because we're building with straws, and because I found all these other types of cylinders that had a complete opening all the way through it, I thought to myself, I could probably use other materials, and I love that. When we build, there's going to be times I give you materials, and there's going to be times we look for materials, things that we can reuse in our STEM lab. So if you had to throw away a cup, if you have a styrofoam cup, this is something you could also make look it could look a lot like this actually, and the way you would do it is you would cut it. So let's see what happens if we cut this. We have to be careful though, very, very careful, right? So make sure that you have gotten permission if you are at home. If you're here in class in school with me, I will be handing this to you as an option, possibly. But see, I'm testing this out. It's pretty hard. Oh, I have an idea. jagged edge. I'm gonna have to make it smoother here in a second. Let me show you. Whoa, look. It kind of now looks like this little guy. So see how materials, you can change them and they can be used in all different ways? If this were a cup that you used earlier today and your mouth was on it, if you had juice in it, you would just wash it out. You don't need to throw it away, but we also don't want to collect things we're never going to build with. So you only want to keep things in your spin bag or in a safe place at home that you're going to clean. Make sure we're not getting bugs, of course, but you're putting it in the bag so that in your bag you have tons of different things to build with, because every time we have a new challenge, we might need these things. So I have a jagged edge. I'm going to smooth that out here in a second, but this kind of reminds me of this also. It just looks a little different. It's not near as tall. But I wonder if I go back to this cool looking thing here, kind of looks like the section that was paper. The part of this design right here, it looks like just a loop that was taped together. But here we have a loop and we don't even have to tape it. It's already one big circular motion right here. I'm gonna keep on trying to see if I can make maybe another one out of the cup. Let's see. Let me try. Oh, I think I know a way. Cut, cut, cut. Be careful. There we go. So look, this kind of looks like it too. I could keep that, put that in my bag. This is the part I definitely want to use right now. I'm gonna make a little spot here, try to cut through it. Got it. So this might be a part that you need some help with. Or if you can't do it and you've tried once, you've tried twice, my golden rule is if you've tried 3 different times and you still can't do something to think about, you either try a new way, a different way, and if you tried that 3 different times and you still can't seem to get what you want to work, well then you have a couple options. I never want you to give up. Asking for help is great, but you have to know when and how to do it, right? Help is always okay as long as you've tried. So what I've been telling students in class, and I want you at home to know too, if you don't know how to do something, they'll say, oh, I can't do it. This is tacky, I can't do this, I can't do it, I can't do it. Add the word yet, right? The second week of school, we learned about the power of yet, and we learned about the third week. And we're gonna keep talking about the power of yet all the way up until 5th grade, and then even after 5th grade when you go to middle school, you're gonna talk about it. And even as adults, all the teachers here, there are things that we don't know yet. You just add that word at the end of your sentence. I don't know how to cut my cup yet. I might not know how to tie my shoes yet. Maybe I don't know how to ride my bike without training wheels yet. These are things you practice. These are things that you get good at. But if I cut for you every single time and I glue your paper for you every single time, if I open your ketchup every single time, are you gonna get good at it or am I gonna get good at it? I'm gonna get good at it. So I want you to practice. Practicing once is not enough. Even 3 times is really not enough, but that's a golden rule. So to save you some time in STEM, I am here to help you, but I'm not gonna cut it for every single person. If you really absolutely cannot do it, and you've tried, then you might need just a different material. I had some kindergartners, they used Play-Doh the other day. They tried, I watched, and they were having some struggles, so they finally got their blocks out to build a strong, strong house. They got some Play-Doh out because of the tape. Their tape was giving them issue, and they tried, and like I said, I love when I see people try. If you try, and it's still not working out for you, then picking a different option, a different strategy is definitely a good idea. Boys and girls, let's talk about what we just saw. I saw so many different ideas. This was the straw that had been connected, taped, with the cup cutout that I made. So those 2 blue pieces of cup had just been on the ends of our straw, like you saw. And I tested it out. I wanted to see if it would fly. It did go in the air because I was throwing it. I was giving it some force. I was using my own force, and it flew. So it was kind of like I was just throwing it. But it wasn't really gliding. It wasn't really flying on its own. The straw was good. We've seen it work. Because, look here, let's try this out. Let's see what it looks like when it flies all on its own. You ready? Let's see. Watch how it glides. I'm not throwing it, I'm actually making it fly. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! I hope you saw that. I hope you're able to catch that. I'm gonna try it one more time. Ready? Watch how it glides. Watch how the actual structure that we've built goes in the air. Whoa. Okay, so that design worked. This design also worked. I don't remember though. Let's say you built with pipe cleaner, something that doesn't have that open section. Look at the yellow piece. The pipe cleaner doesn't actually have any sort of opening to it. It's not like a straw. It's not like our cup cutouts. So I'm gonna test this one out too. The only way you know an idea, if it works, if it's a good idea, is if you test it. Testing your prototype. So this is my prototype, one of them. Let's test this one out. Let's see if it glides like our last prototype. It seemed to kind of go up in the air and then just slowly come down. It didn't seem to have that gliding from one point to the next point. Didn't seem to do that. I'll try one more time. Oh, that time was a little bit better. A little bit better. So, the moral of the story, like we're gonna keep learning, no matter what you build, bridges, towers, buildings, houses, planes, there's always going to be different ideas and materials that you use, and sometimes it's not that it was a bad idea. Sometimes it's the materials you use. You might have to use a different material. You can also change your idea, but plan it, okay? Always plan out your idea first. Ask yourself questions. How can I make this better? Use a different material. That's what I've learned after testing out my prototype. After you ask yourself questions, then you sketch. You make those sketches. When you imagine what could work. Could it be a different material? Could I try something new? Something totally outrageous that I haven't seen anyone else try? Am I inventing something, or am I using a different idea that somebody else has had that I think will work? You're imagining. After you imagine, then actually plan it out. Pick the materials you definitely want. Pick the sketch that you're definitely going with. Then you start creating. When you create, you come up with all different options. Different types of prototypes. That's why they're called prototypes. Different types of materials, and then you test them out. And when you test them out, it may work, like our prototype down here. This one worked beautifully, but now I just want to make it bigger. I want it to glide and fly even further. So to do that, I need to probably use different materials, is what I'm thinking. That's why I have that in the background. I want to use a much taller cylinder, and I want to see if it's going to work. All right, happy testing. I'm going to go test out that prototype after I've created. All right, sometimes your ideas work, sometimes they don't, and that is okay. Remember, in STEM, we keep on trying, and it's not just in STEM. We can bring that great attitude, that positive attitude, into every subject, and even outside of our school building. When things are hard, and you're trying something new, you're learning, it's okay that they're hard. If it was easy, you would already know how to do it. So when things are new, it's exciting, it's fun, and we're totally excited when we see new materials, and we see different fun colors, and we want to build, and we don't always get excited when we see that we have to stop, or that our idea isn't working, or that the material might be that it's too heavy. I hope that today was fun. I hope that you were able to see that even me, Mrs. Crafty, I have ideas, and my ideas, I like to test them. These are all my prototypes. Prototype 1, prototype 2. I had another prototype right here. I was testing out my civil engineering skills. I was solving a problem of this little airplane, this glider. It didn't glide very much. It really just kind of went up in the air and slowly fell down. That was a problem. I needed to fix it. Like Rosie Revere, I wanted to be just like her from our story. I needed to solve that problem and make this even better. So that idea was good. I tried. I definitely tried my best. I was focused. I listened. I did everything I was supposed to, and yet it didn't work. Is there a reason to be upset about that? No, I'm not mad at Rosie. I'm not mad at myself. I tried my best. I'm not mad at my teacher. I'm not mad at my parents. I did everything I was supposed to. Didn't work. That's okay. So then I used a different material. And here's the thing. In class, there's going to be times you look around, you might not have a different material. You might not have anything new in your desk, in your backpack. You might not have anything new from me that I'm giving you. You definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely, you probably won't have a paper towel roll just laying next to you nearby. But what I love is when I see people come up with these ideas. Whenever you plan an idea, that's what we always will plan first, you can go home and add a paper towel roll to your STEM bag. You can bring a cup from home, maybe one that you have that you can cut. If you have notebook paper, you have tons of it at home, bring it. So you have opportunity to bring it from home if allowed. If you have straws at home, if you have a straw that you have from lunch, we can wash it, we can clean it, we make sure that's nice and clean, germ-free, and then it's a building material. So we can be safe. We're going to try our best to still be creative, even though things have changed a bit in class, and that's okay. Whenever you're done with tape, whether it's at school or at home, if you see your teacher is done with it, and you're like, oh no, Mrs. or Mr., can I have that? Can I clean it? Can we disinfect it? And can I actually have that for building for STEM? I love when I see people using different materials. Some work, some don't, but we have to test them to know if it's going to work or not. And then I love whenever I see that different classmates of yours are doing something different. They're testing out their own idea. So anytime we're building, if we're building planes, everyone will be building a plane. You're just going to maybe build a different type of plane. Your plane doesn't have to look like this. I know some of you have some pretty amazing paper airplane designs that you know of. We can test those out too. I would like us to try this type of design with different types of materials. But yeah, I know some of you, you've shown me your skills. You've tested out your paper airplanes. That works as well. But I did want to show you another way to build an airplane. So keep on trying. You might not know how to do something yet, and that is okay, but never ever give up. Bye, boys and girls.